Cigret, 67, lives alone in her cozy apartment. Her days are filled with reading, gardening, and enjoying the peaceful view of the ocean just a stone's throw away from her home. However, this wasn't always the case. The past few years were rough for her. She still remembers the day when she received the news that changed everything. It was a day like any other until the phone rang. On the other end was her son Diego, asking her to accompany them on a vacation to Florida. Excited, she started preparing for the trip, unaware of the turmoil that awaited her. As she recollected those memories, a faint smile touched her lips, but it quickly faded, replaced by a deep sadness. 6 months ago, she experienced something that shattered her world. Her son, along with her daughter-in-law Landra, had planned a family vacation to Florida. They invited her to join them, and she eagerly accepted. Despite having lived a solitary life in Spokane, Washington, since her husband's passing, she yearned for connection, and the prospect of bonding with her grandson thrilled her. So when Diego arrived to pick her up, she was brimming with excitement. But Lenore's demeanor was icy. She hardly acknowledged Sigrid's presence, which hurt deeply because she had always been warm and welcoming. Still, she hoped that once they reached Florida, everything would be all right. Sadly, it wasn't. At the airport, Diego told her that he would keep her wallet and ID in his carry-on for convenience. Suspicious, she asked why, but he brushed off her concerns. At the gate, they got up and he explained that he would grab coffee while Landra accompanied their son to the restroom, but they never returned. Soon, the boarding announcement echoed through the terminal. Sigrid tried calling them, but no one answered. Panicked, she rushed to the check-in desk. When she inquired about her flight, the staff informed her that her name wasn't on the passenger list. Confused and frightened, she realized that they had left her behind intentionally. Tears welled up in her eyes as she understood that her son and daughter-in-law had planned this. They didn't care about her well-being or how she would return home. Left alone and penniless, she was distraught and had no idea how to contact her son. However, despite the betrayal, she didn't give in to despair. Instead, she found strength within herself to take action. She approached an airport employee who offered her support, providing her with food and water. An airport security guard even paid for a hotel room where she stayed for 2 nights. Throughout this ordeal, she kept hoping that her son would come back for her, but he never did. Eventually, she contacted her childhood friend Judith, who offered her solace and provided her with a place to stay when she returned to Seattle. Upon reaching her friend's house, she took a moment to gather her thoughts. Overwhelmed with a mix of emotions, she didn't want to burden Judith with her problems. She had always admired her friend's ability to find happiness in every situation and didn't want to dampen her spirits. So she decided to confide in her, and as the days went by, she began to heal. Judith listened patiently, offering words of comfort and understanding. Together, they reminisced about old times, sharing stories and laughter. And as she shared her story, a wave of determination washed over her. She realized that she couldn't keep waiting for her son to apologize or offer an explanation. She deserved better. So she took steps to protect herself financially. Using the money from the sale of her Montana house, she bought a small but lovely apartment overlooking the ocean. It was just what she needed to start anew. Today, she leads a peaceful life in her new home. She enjoys reading, gardening, and spending time with friends, cherishing their company and creating new memories. Though she still feels pain and anger towards her son and daughter-in-law, she refuses to let their actions define her. Instead, she focuses on the positive aspects of her life, finding joy in the little things. She understands that everyone makes mistakes, and she forgives them. However, she won't tolerate being treated poorly. She has learned that forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or accepting mistreatment. It means releasing the negative feelings for her own peace of mind. Despite the distance between them, she still loves her son and hopes he is happy. But she knows that their relationship will never be the same. She finds strength in knowing that she does undepend on anyone for happiness, and that she can face any challenge that comes her way. Now, if you're wondering how much she loves her son, let me tell you, it's immeasurable. As a mother, she would have done anything for him, sacrificing her own needs and desires for his well-being. In fact, she did just that. Years ago, after her husband passed away, she sold her house in Montana to give Diego $120,000 to help him start his company. It was a huge sum of money, and she didn't hesitate to give it to him without hesitation. She trusted him completely. In fact, she had always been a hardworking and frugal person, taking extra jobs and making sacrifices so that Diego could go to college. Even during tough times, she never complained and always put her son's needs before her own. As I mentioned earlier, Diego and his wife Landra never repaid her kindness. In fact, they treated her badly, and when she confronted Diego about it, he tried to make excuses. But she was firm, and eventually he agreed to pay her back. The experience left her heartbroken, but she understood that their actions revealed their true character. However, she refused to let their negativity consume her. Instead, she chose to focus on the positive aspects of her life and the support she received from her loved ones. Her story is a powerful reminder that we should never take our loved ones for granted. No matter how hard we try, we can't control the actions of others, but we can choose how to react to them. In Cigret's case, she chose to rise above the pain and move forward with grace and dignity. This woman's resilience is truly inspiring. She faced a difficult situation with courage and determination, showing us that no matter how challenging life may seem, we can always find a way to move forward. If you agree, please hit the like button below and share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.